So here we are in Meta Ads Manager, and the first thing that we will see when we set up a new campaign is it's going to ask us to choose a campaign objective. So that's where we're telling it exactly what we're hoping to get as the outcome of that campaign. Is it just to get more traffic, or we want people to engage with our page, or are we looking for leads and sales? I'm going to pick leads there for now, and let's carry on forwards. Then it will see that it sets us up a new campaign. Now this is the structure of Meta Ads. It's that you have a campaign. Within that campaign, you can have multiple ad sets, and then within that ad set, you can have multiple adverts. So that allows you to test different things against each other, or to use different ad sets in order to target different markets or promote different services. So we're going to create a dummy back pain campaign. And here we're going to see it's got our campaign objective of leads. Here we can set the budget, so we can set either a daily budget or we can set a budget for the lifetime of that campaign. So let's leave this on a daily budget for now. We can set A/B testing options, which we'll just leave for now. And special ad categories are for things like political campaigns and that sort of thing. So there we go. Financial, employment, housing, and social campaigns. So we're going to satisfy ourselves that we're not doing any of those, and then we will move on to the next step, which is creating the ads set. So let's just name that ad set 1. Now that might be, in your case, that might be if we've got a back pain campaign, that might be the campaign for people who've got back pain from sitting at a desk. So we're just going to call that ad set 1. So now we'll go on to exactly where our conversions are going to happen. Do we want people to fill out an instant form? Do we want them to go to our website? Do we want them to go to our Instagram, WhatsApp? What do we want them to actually do once they've seen our ad and they like it? I'm going to set that to website. I want to send people to my website. I want to maximize the number of conversions I get from it. And if you've already got a pixel and conversion events set up, then you can choose exactly what action you want people to take when they go to your website or wherever else and actually convert into a customer. Go down here. Again, we've got stuff about budget, and we can say when we want it to start. Here is very important because this is where we set up our audience. Now, there are all sorts of options here, just from simple things like age and gender through to people with certain interests, certain jobs, that sort of thing. So we'll probably want, if you're a local business, you're going to want to restrict the location of your audience, so you're only targeting people in your locality. Once I'm done setting up my audience in this section and telling it exactly who I want my ads to show to, then we're going to go on to the next section, which is where we actually create the advert itself. And we could have several different adverts within that particular bit of targeting, saying we want to hit this age group, this gender, but we want to hit them with all these different ads and try them against each other. So let's try here. We'll put back pain ad 1. And then we come a bit further down here and we're going to actually create our ad. So here we go, create our ad. We're going to upload our own creative, which means our video, our image, or whatever else. And here we're going to tell it I'm going to start off with a single image or video. We'll then tell it again exactly where we're going to send people. We're going to send them to our website. And here we might want to have a particular link that we display, for example, name of our website /backpain. We can add on different buttons to the browser here. I'm not going to do that for now because I want people to go to my website and convert. Then here we're actually going to set up our ad creative. So let's say we have an image ad. And this is where we put things like headlines, descriptions, and the actual images that we're going to use in our campaign. So we can use this to put in a URL and find assets and find text and video on there. But we're going to leave that and set it up ourselves for now. So I'm just going to use this image here, this back pain image. And we'll probably want to crop that to different sizes so that when our advert appears in different places, it's still going to show correctly. You might also find with some of your images that it won't let you crop them and you'll need to update, you'll need to add something else for that particular screen size so that you have something that works in every screen size possible. Now we have our text here, so let's just add some primary text or headlines here. And it will give us some other options to go with that here. So we're going to leave all those for now, review them, have a look, see what you think of them. If they're not appropriate to what you're trying to say, then don't use them. Use whatever you think is most right. If you've got the same here. It's given us some other creative text generation here. And again, I'm going to add some more headlines in here. Let's use some of those things that we've got there. So let's try some other headlines. And then in here, we can put a longer description. We can set our call to action here as well, where we want people to click on a button that says learn more, book now, or whatever else that might happen to be. So let's go on to the next step. Here is going to create us some alternative images that we can use if we want to. I'm just going to say, yeah, let's use all of those for now. Here we can select different enhancements that it can do. So for example, it can add music to your campaign, it can change your images, it can add overlays and this sort of thing. There's no right or wrong here. It's a good idea to experiment with this and see what works for you and what doesn't. Have a look, see what you like, what obviously is or isn't appropriate. So now that that's all done, we've created our ad and our ad should be ready to go. So here's all our creative as well for us to review again. And then what's really important here is that before we publish, we're going to go to advanced preview here, and it will show us all the different ads that we could have created from this. So you'll see what it's going to look like in different locations, like somebody's Facebook feed, someone's sidebar on Facebook, in their Instagram feed, in an Instagram story, and so on. So that way you can have a look and see exactly what it's done with the different text and images you've given it to make sure that it looks the way you want it to in every different location, and go back and do any editing that you want to if you feel it's not quite right. Once that's done, I'm going to click save, and now my advert is ready. I just click publish and we are ready to go.